Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop.
The lollipop has been enjoyed by people since the beginnings of man. It is estimated that the first incarnation of the lollipop was created by cave people thousands of years ago, when they collected honey from beehives with sticks. However, the father of the modern lollipop is George Smith, who created the delicacy in 1908 in New Haven, Connecticut. Since its humble beginnings, many flavors have been created, many objects have been incorporated, and the lollipop has even become a media icon.
Alright, which one of you flatfoot stole my lollipop?
But while the lollipop might seem like a useless treat for kids, lollipops are very useful in the field of pharmacy.
Some clinical uses for lollipops are smoking cessation, anti-xerostomia medications, anxiolytics, antifungals such as thrush, hormone replacement therapy, canker sores, mouth and throat pain, and many more. Some patient populations that would especially benefit from lollipops are children, patients with phagophobia, patients with disabilities, or patients with taste aversions or sensitivities.
Some counseling points for the lollipops are as follows. Make sure kids are under adult supervision because lollipops can be a choking hazard. Do not chew the lollipops. Ensure proper dental hygiene. Do not use with exposed mouth lesions unless directed. Inform patients that these lollipops, while delicious, are not candy. Do not eat the stick. The lollipops may discolor the gums, lips, and mouth, and be sure to list the counseling points for the active ingredients. The math for the lollipops is actually pretty easy. For one lollipop, you'll need 8 grams of PCCA lollipop base, 0.1 milliliters of flavoring, 0.06 grams of stevia-side, and 0.04 grams of acesulfame. Multiply this by 9 because each student is making 9 lollipops. Because the melted lollipop base pretty much sticks to everything, we need to account for 15% waste. The math for this is simple. We just need to multiply everything by 1.15. That'll give us 15% waste.
Because this is a non-aqueous and solid product, the beyond use date is based on either the earliest ingredient expiration date or 6 months from preparation, whichever is earlier. The materials we will be using for today's lab are a hot plate, a scale, PCCA sorbitol lollipop base, acesulfame, stevia, a food coloring and flavor of your choice, PAM, lollipop sticks, a candy thermometer, a PCCA lollipop mold, a spatula, a glass 400 milliliter beaker with a glass stir rod, a glass mortar and pestle, and lots of time.
First, spray the lollipop mold with PAM and allow the excess PAM to drain on a paper towel. Each student will be making 9 lollipops. Next, allow your hot plate to reach 300 degrees Celsius. Place a 400 ml beaker on a balance and weigh out 82.8 grams of PCCA sorbitol lollipop base. Melt the PCCA sorbitol lollipop base on the hot plate. The base will melt at about 160 degrees Celsius. Make sure to place your candy thermometer at the bottom of the beaker. Weigh out 0.62 grams of the stevia-side 90% powder and 0.41 grams of the acesulfame. In a glass mortar, triturate the powders until the solids are thoroughly mixed and small particle size is achieved. Stir the melted base with a glass stir rod and ensure that there are no lumps. Remove the beaker from the hot plate once the base has melted and reached 160, a hard crack, and is free of lumps. Place 9 lollipop sticks into the stick holder. Once the base has cooled to about 110 degrees Celsius, remove the thermometer. Add the mixed solids to the base while stirring with a glass stir rod. Add 1 milliliter of desired flavor and 2 to 3 drops of food coloring to the mixture. Mix thoroughly. Pour the mixture into the greased mold. Be sure to fill it all the way to the top. Remove excess with a spatula. Insert lollipop sticks and allow to stand for at least 8 hours at room temperature.
We're going to be letting our lollipops cool in the lab while you're away on spring break, so you can rest assured that your lollipops will be safe and sound.
Remove the screws from the PCCA lollipop holder. Then take the side of the mold off. Remove the stick holder. Wrap your final product in the wrapper, or you can eat it. There's your final product.